Once you've determined that a vehicle has a bad master cylinder, you'll need to decide whether to rebuild the existing part or install a new or remanufactured unit. Although rebuilding kits are still available, installing a quality replacement is often the most economical approach. In fact, on vehicles with ABS, most manufacturers insist on installing a replacement master cylinder.
Before installing a replacement master cylinder, the unit should be bled off the car. Bench bleeding ensures that any trapped air in the new or remanufactured unit is removed, which reduces the time required to bleed the rest of the hydraulic system. To bench bleed the master cylinder, you can use a bleeder kit, which includes either metric or standard fittings and bleeder tubes, or you can use universal bleeder tubes, as we'll be doing here, which have tapered push-in fittings.
Bench bleeding moves the air trapped inside the cylinder bore up to the reservoir, where it disperses naturally on the surface of the liquid. Now, let's take a look at the proper way to perform the bench bleeding process.
With the master cylinder positioned horizontally in a vise, fill the reservoir with clean brake fluid from a sealed container. Now, wait until fluid starts to drip from the outlet ports. This will ensure that the seal cups are adequately lubricated before the piston is stroked. Next, attach the tapered fittings and bleeder hoses to the master cylinder. Make sure that the fittings are pushed in tightly so that air won't be drawn back into the assembly when the piston is released. Insert the end of each bleeder hose into its respective reservoir chamber, being careful not to kink the hoses. And then top off the reservoir with fluid. Using a suitable tool, depress the primary piston approximately 1 inch, and then slowly release the piston to its original position. For quick take-up or step-bore master cylinders, like the one being bled here, wait at least 15 seconds between strokes to prevent aerating the fluid. Continue the process until no air bubbles can be seen in the fluid reservoir. Now, with the bleeder hoses still attached, install the master cylinder on the vehicle. Once the hoses have been removed and the hydraulic lines installed, torque the mounting bolts to the proper specification.
Now that the master cylinder is installed, the hydraulic system should be bled at each wheel, and then system performance evaluated by checking brake pedal travel. As a general rule, power brake systems will generally have up to 2.5 inches of pedal travel, while manual systems will have slightly more. But remember, always check the appropriate service manual for exact pedal travel specifications.